Alright, so guys, I'm making a video. I'm on the battlefield of Gettysburg at the mass grave at my camp, the Confederate mass grave. Okay, so here's my tent, guys. And a lot of people wonder how I stay warm in the winter. Here's a trick. Okay, so this is a cheap Ozark Trail tent from Walmart. Now, if you get a tarp like this that they use to cover their cars and backyards, a lot of people, these big blue tarps, put it over top of the tent and then put the rain fly that goes on the outside of the tent, put it over top of the tarp. Basically, it catches all the body heat and keeps your tent warm even sitting in the snow. Not super warm, but a little bit warm. Okay, so there's my backpack, my sleeping bag. I got my shoes, my gear, my tobacco, off spray, all my stuff, my coat. But yeah, if you look, you can see the inside of this tarp on the over the tent here. See what I mean? This is the outside door right here that I'm filming, and you can see the tarp that goes over top of the tent, and then the rain tarp basically goes right over top of that. So see what I mean by two different colors? One's dark blue, one's light blue. The light blue is the tent itself, and then you throw the tarp over top. Throw the rain fly over top of the tarp, and then it basically keeps you a hell of a lot warmer. If you have no money and you're buying Ozark Trail tent, you want to stay warm if you don't have much money and you're really roughing it. So what I do is, this is the door, zip the door shut, and then what you do is you push the door under the tent. See what I mean? It still leaves little openings on the side where cold air can get in. But when you go ahead and zip it shut, you got it pretty much sealed at the bottom. You have the rain fly, and then you have the tarp that's covering the whole tent, and it keeps you waterproof. These Ozark Trail tents usually leak when it rains. They'll withstand a couple rainstorms, and then it'll start leaking, usually in the corners and along the seams here, or along the bottom. So if you don't have much and you're roughing it and you're buying Ozark Trail like me, I flew a sign outside Walmart in Toledo, Ohio. My sign said, "Homeless trying to buy a tent, anything helps." It took me all day, but I wound up getting $50, or I made about $58 or something, and the tent was $55 for a two-person. I got tired of one-person tents because they're so little. You get pretty claustrophobic pretty fast. You can't move at all. It sucks. So two-person tents are what I usually like, but problem with them is you have more space. Your body heat has to heat up. So another trick I've done before when it's super cold out, if you have an extra sleeping bag or a blanket that's not too heavy, throw the blanket, set the tent up where it's just the little netting, like this. Set the tent up where it's just the net, throw a blanket over top, throw a tarp like this over top of the blanket, and then throw the rain fly over top of that. That will give you a decent amount of insulation on a cheap tent where you can withstand some of the winter time, or the entire winter. It sucks. You will still be cold in the tent, but it'll be about a 40-degree difference from outside to inside. Alright, so I wanted to film some of these tricks for people that don't have much and they're homeless and they don't have no family and not too many friends like me. Alright, please check into the Diary of a Drifter. I know I say this on every video, but check into my books. Kalichi's Helping Hand gets people off drugs in a big way, and the Diary of a Drifter. And if you are homeless, have no family, and you're roughing it, I suggest you get a tent, buy a tarp, and get a couple blankets if you can. And that's, if you have nothing, that's the best way to get a tent. Fly a sign that says homeless trying to buy a tent, and stand outside the Walmart exit or wherever a business sells tents. It can be an REI or whatever. Just go where people sell tents, and if you're homeless and have nothing, please check out making a sign. Make the letters pretty wide so they can read it from afar, and you should be able to get help with a tent. I appreciate whoever checks into my videos. Smash that like button, and please subscribe. Thank you all.